Hello, dirty trucking, dirty trucking. Man, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. Yet another company stealing money in front of my motherfucking face. I used to see this shit over the road on the e-logs when they would send me a load. The load of 1 minute say one thing, and then when you look at it again, it says something else. And I remember I used to call a dispatcher. I said, the load just said it paid this. And no, it paid this. It says this. And then they talk at you like what they say you now see is what you had always saw. Or that's what it always was. And this shit is fucking pissing me the fuck off. You know how much money they done possibly stole off of me? Doing that motherfucker shit. They do it in a manner to where you second guessing yourself. They try to make you think and believe that you didn't see what you saw. And then they talk at you like what you see now has always been what you've seen. And that's what it was. That's what they sent you. And that's what was on there. And that's what you got paid. I'm sick of this goddamn shit. This game they playing around here, stealing people money. All these people out here in this goddamn street acting funny today. Right after that shit done happened. I'm down here in Detroit. They all running around like rabbits with their head cut off and shit. Chickens with their head cut off. All moving all funny, acting all funny. I'm getting a funny ass vibe from this goddamn city. From these people that I'm watching after this shit just happened. I'm getting a funny ass vibe right now from this state, this city. $17 just got stolen from me. And you ain't got no more times to sit up here and try to convince me that I didn't see what I saw. Like I'm making this shit up. I sound crazy, or I'm crazy, or I'm tripping. That woman crazy. Ain't that what you be saying? She crazy. Something wrong with her. No, that's what you want people to believe, to continue doing what you're doing and to cover up this fucking shit. My app said 198. I'm 100% positive of it. It no longer says that. It says 181. And see, this shit that they got rigged to do this, they can do it the way you never. There's nothing on your app to show that you had 198. Ever. After they do that shit. They make the money disappear. It just wipes out. I remember back in the day banking, when you did a transaction and what they call them, the merchant, the transaction will show up on your ledger. And when the merchant does happen, don't collect it, okay, it will show that when the merchant, well, okay, let me put it this way. You did a transaction. It's subtracted from your account. And it was so subtracted from your account. Then they call them the merchant. Okay, the merchant didn't collect the funds. So it falls off the account. But the account is supposed to show that the money fell back into the account. It never shows that on their ledger. Now, you might all of a sudden see money added back into your money that you don't know where it came from. That's because the money fell off. But the way they do it, you ain't got no proof that you ever paid that amount for it to fall off. Because the way they doing it now, the whole thing just falls off the account. And then when they send it back in, then you done been around here spending out your bank account. Then they gonna talk to you like you spent up the money. It's because what they doing now with the ledgers at the bank, that's a real clever ass way to steal money off of people. I ain't never seen no shit like this for my life. The whole thing just falls off. Even when you made the transaction, it's gone. It's gone. When you made your debit card payment, that day it showed up on your account, that's gone. If the merchant don't get the money, all of a sudden you may see an increase in your funds. But you wonder where it came from. Because your ledger don't show that it fell off and reposted back in your account. The merchant had to request it again. That's a good way to steal money. But see, the way they doing it now, everything just disappears when you made the transaction. And then when it come back in, and you mysteriously end up overdrawing, because that's how a lot of you end up overdrawing. Because that's what they doing. When you end up overdrawing or it come back in, they start talking to you like they did me when I asked them about that Hertz. They started telling me, but when it comes back in, it make it look like it's the payment for the current week. It has that current week day. I just paid the payment. No. Then they tell me, no, this is from last week. This last week's payment. Clever way. Because they done wiped everything off the account. As far as you making that transaction in the first place. It don't show that it added back. It don't show nothing. You just look at your money and you got a increase. But here at Uber, I'm sitting here watching money come off my goddamn account, and I'm fucking pissed. I've missed the whole summer because of this goddamn company. I'm in a financial hardship. My son has fell on worse times, and he needs my help. And on top of that, this company got the nerve to steal my fucking money in my face. See, you know why the agencies don't get involved when I report this shit? I write a report, they took $17. And I tell them how. I seen the $17 come off, it just disappeared. Them three-letter peoples don't get involved because it's $17. But now, if you have 100,000 people reporting $17 disappeared off your account, oh, now, that's a large enough amount for them to get involved. See, it's the amount, the reason why they don't get involved. Yeah, they tell me to report it, what you saw. But $17 ain't enough for them to get involved. That's just $17 a day. What about yesterday? Or the other day when I wasn't paying attention? What about all month? What about 7 months ago? What about 8 months ago when I started here? What about the entire time I've been here? How much have you stolen? I had some passengers I picked up the other day. Dropped him off at the gas station. I don't know who this guy is or where he worked for, but evidently they know him. And they was looking for him at the gas station. Talking about he ain't here right now. But they said this guy done stole $3,000. He done stole, that's about $3,000. They didn't go into detail how he did it. But he done stole $3,000. And the guy in here on the phone was telling the other guy, you need to go ahead and call the police and report it because he ain't going to stop. He going to keep doing it. He going to keep stealing the money. You need to go ahead and report it. He done got about $3,000 now. That's what he was saying here on the phone the other day. Dropped him off at a gas station on the west side. These electronic transfers, they stealing money and all this little foolery shit. It's lottery time again. They're looking for the Mega Million, the Powerball. They start doing this foolery shit. trying to rig that win or something. But you stealing from me. I ain't really made that much today. It said 198. And it shouldn't have changed from 198 just because I was driving down the goddamn freeway. Somewhere off of what I've done in rides today, they done took a total of $17 worth. It may be in tips, because I mysteriously end up with tips coming in later, which they do, because sometimes people who end their rides and don't take another ride and wake up the next morning, they'll ask if you want to leave a tip for the previous driver. Then they'll send a tip. It could have been in tips. It could have been off an actual ride. But all I know, the difference between 198 and 181 is $17. Who got it? They have ruined my summer. They have ruined my birthday. They ruined my plans for my son's birthday. Even last Christmas, they ruined my plans for Christmas. I didn't attend the jazz festival. It's over. Whole summer's over. I only went to 2 events. It's over. It's over. 90 days of summer. Fucking over. I missed it. My birthday, couldn't really do nothing for my birthday. I ended up going down to Ribbon Soul because it was my birthday weekend, but I couldn't take off my birthday. My birthday fell during the week. I finally scrounged up enough money to go down to Ribbon Soul Festival to enjoy a little of my birthday. This company has put me in a financial hardship. And I'm still playing catch up. Now my son needs help. There's no way in the world I shouldn't have my rent by the 1st. There's no way. It's always a goddamn game. Always something to interfere with me making my money, limit my money, or prevent me from getting my money, and stealing my fucking money. You've been stealing my money for years, not just at this company. I've seen it done at banks that I bank with. When I was at Chrysler, it happened at Comerica Bank. Do you know my name is on the unclaimed property here for the state of Michigan? My name, but they swear up and down it wasn't me. Same bank I banked with, also the same bank my father had an account my name was in the state of Michigan at Comerica. It was Comerica Bank. It comes up, my name with Comerica Bank. I did have an account at Comerica Bank, and my father had an account in my name at Comerica Bank. My father used to have accounts in his kid's name. He had his, then one for me, one with me and my sister's name on it. Unclaimed property with my name on it. I had, who was that? I think it was off of YouTube. Somebody off of YouTube. During the time I was doing that GoFundMe, sent me a message through GoFundMe telling me, do you know you got unclaimed property on the state of Michigan website? Go on there and put in for it. Your son got something from so-and-so. How you know my son got unclaimed property on there? When I was still at Chrysler, I discovered my name was on there. I called them people. They told me, they said that Juanita Morgan, it wasn't me. It was another Juanita Morgan. Then they told me Juanita Morgan is dead. I filled out the paper. I said, maybe this is money, because my father had a habit of putting money in our Social Security name. Because he had a habit of taking pictures when my son was born. My father took a picture. I took pictures of him. My father asked me who his Social Security number. He write the Social Security number on the back of the picture. So I said, if it was money my father left, It'll either be my social security number, my son's, or maybe my father's social security number. I even put down previous addresses I stayed at. They swore up and down it wasn't me. But it's still on there. My name is still on the unclaimed property. Why is it still on there? And it's been on there for over 20 years. I was at Chrysler when I found out my name was on there. This been 20 years. That same Juanita Morgan been on there. Let me tell you a story. True story. That I found out there's another Juanita Morgan with my exact same name that was walking around here, but she was white. Let me tell you how I found out. Through the bank. It was Comerica Bank. It was back in my earlier years, my younger years. I was banking at Comerica. Went in the bank. Never forget it. It was on DeQuinder off of 8 Mile. It used to be at Comerica. Now it's a Chase Bank. Used to be Comerica. Went in there to go get some money out of my account. Now, I'm young. I'm just getting started. I ain't really got no money, nothing. I ain't established myself. I don't even know what my career path gonna be. But I know I had my son. He was a baby then, a little toddler. So I go to the bank to get some money. Fill out the little slip, put a little amount on there, put it in there. True story. True story. Because this might have something to do with what's going on with me today. We find out who this other Juanita Morgan is, who's supposed to be white. So I put the money in, and the woman said, there's another Juanita Morgan in banks here. I said, well, I'm Juanita Louise Morgan. I think she had the exact same name. If I'm not mistaken, she told me her name was exact. And I don't know if I had my middle name listed on that bank account or not, but she had the exact same name. There was another Juanita Morgan, and she told me she lived, well, not me. She didn't have my address. She lived somewhere else. But there was 2 Juanita Morgans. And I remember she telling me, I got to make sure I get the money out the right account. Because there was 2 Juanita Morgans there. You got 2 Juanita Morgans happen to be at the same bank. One black, one was white. True story. Let me even go further with that story. Because that's why I think that Juanita Morgan on the white side had been keeping up with me. I don't know if they were trying to take over my identity or what the hell was going on. So this true story. I'm staying out in New Baltimore. 23 Mile. I had Comcast then. Think I had an issue with the cable. I'm on the phone with the Comcast guy talking, and I don't know how he got on the story about the bank, and oh no, I think he said my mother's name is Juanita. That's what he said. He's a Caucasian guy. He said my mother's name is Juanita. I said, you ain't gonna believe this. I remember back in the day, I was banking at a bank, and they told me it was another Juanita Morgan at that bank. You know what he told me? He said that was my mother. What is the odds of that? The technician from Comcast, mother, has the same name as me. His mother name is Juanita Morgan. That was the white Juanita Morgan's son I was talking to at Comcast. Now remember now, Comcast is now Xfinity. And I had trouble with my surveillance system that I bought from Xfinity. Now this is years ago. I found out about that was his mother. So I went to talking about the story about the bank. He said, you know what? That was my mother. And I think he said something about she told him a story about that or something. I don't know if the bank mentioned it to her, that there was 2 Juanita Morgans there. Two Juanita Morgans. I know a lot of people have the same name. But what's the odds of it? You at the same bank. You got the same name. Your son end up being my technician that I'm talking to on the phone for Comcast. I got unclaimed property in my name with the bank that I banked at. But they said it wasn't me. And I think they lying. Because I told you they go around changing shit. They like changing numbers and information. I think you changing shit. And I think for 20 years or however many years since I discovered that, you've been lying to me. I don't know how that YouTuber found out about that or why that YouTuber will be searching my name in unclaimed property. Because that's strange. A YouTuber sent me a message through the GoFundMe. And that, because I told you that GoFundMe, the donation stopped at $8.95. I never got another dime. After I got that strange message through GoFundMe, that's when the donation stopped. At $8.95. I never got nothing else. I was trying to get my rent amount. I never got nothing else. It stopped. There has been no more donations. And that was strange. They convinced me to start a GoFundMe. Tell me I got a lot of followers. Go start you a GoFundMe. The donations was coming in like rapid. Then I made a video. I think I'm talking about the trucking industry and how the men did me out there. And then I remember getting an email through GoFundMe. I mean, who's contacted me through GoFundMe email? And then the message from GoFundMe said, "This we have nothing to do with this email." So how these motherfuckers emailing me through GoFundMe? But after I got that first email, the donations stopped. $8.95. That was it. Never got another dime. I thanked everybody for donating, but I never got another dime. And that was strange. But I got unclaimed property in my name, and a YouTuber on here sent a message through GoFundMe to tell me to check the unclaimed property and told me that my son had money in unclaimed property, and they actually mentioned from where. If my son had unclaimed property, he would know about it. Unclaimed property with money. He would know about it. And I was wondering, who is this YouTuber that took it upon themselves to put in my name? And how you know my son's name? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I mentioned in the video, Jeremy. Common sense. My last name, Morgan. So they typing it in. So you just at home typing in my name on unclaimed property. My name has been on there over 20 years. And I remember I called them people when I still had my house at 5921 Beaconsfield. I remember I was upstairs. I remember that whole day conversation. I was upstairs on the bed. I called them and got them on the phone. They had sent some paper for me to fill out to put all the information I can remember. Previous addresses, social security numbers. I put all that shit on there. I went in the closet, dug out pictures. Had my father's social security number on there. Mine. My son's. I got the people on the phone. They talking about, this Juanita Morgan is dead. I said, oh, their family ain't collected that yet? Told me she was dead. She said she's dead. But it's still on there. So, is that my money? And this shit they been doing to me, lying about shit, is that my money? And you done held you done kept my money from me for over 20 years? You done kept my money from me for over 20 years. This been going on that long. This shit, I'm telling you, been going on that long. And I'm like, why is this Juanita Morgan and other Juanita Morgan and her son seem like they keeping up with me? And then when I started having those issues with the Wi-Fi, when I had that Xfinity home security system, it kept cutting off. And I remember her son worked there. So if I was be having problems from someone, it could have been her son. All this shit going on with me. They said, oh, dang, who you must have made somebody mad. Who? Who the fuck I made mad to be doing all this shit? They got the money and authority and the power to do all this shit every day? Who the fuck is this? True story. But this company's been in the store for me today. It's 2:05. I usually stay out here to 7 o'clock. But why? I'm tired of people doing shit to me and getting away with it. And I'm just supposed to still come here and go to work. You stealing from me. I don't know how much you've stolen in total. Not just from Uber. I've seen it happen in trucking. It happened here at a local company when I was with Horizon Freight. The dispatcher there. And he seemed to have been involved with it. Told me the amount of the trip I was about to do. And then, I think when I completed the trip or something, the amount changed. I said, I thought you said the trip said that they paid blah, blah, blah. No, I told you blah, blah, blah. That's what they do. They talk at you as if you misunderstood, or you didn't hear, or you didn't see what you saw. You saw what you saw. You need to start remembering what you saw, and you need to start demanding that's what you saw. I know what I saw. They stole $17 from me. And they've been stealing from me. They ruined my holidays. I should have been barbecuing. I shouldn't have been working the whole weekend. My son needs help badly. And I don't have the money to help him. Like I should. Everybody taking money from me. Everybody got me paying out money. I ain't got no more money to pay out. I can't even go to the grocery store. I need groceries in the house. My son there now. I need groceries. I'm sitting up here thinking, damn, can I even afford to go take $100 to go buy some groceries? I got to get the rent up. The rent finna be late because I got to help my son. If none of this stuff had happened at this company with them lies they was telling on me here, putting me off the job and all this other stuff, interfering with my income, maybe I wouldn't be in this position. I was doing pretty good until after that cruise. Like I said, when people start finding out what you're doing for work, you start having problems at work. They did it consistently in trucking. They would wait like a snake, easing up to their prey. They would wait and watch the videos I post and pay careful attention to what I'm talking about to find out what company I was at next. And then the same shit start happening. I've seen emails change through the e-logs out there. Back when we had the Qualcomm, they was doing it. Now, this one we had Qualcomm, the big bitch. I seen them doing it with that. They used to send me a list of missing trailers. And then I would notice some of on the list, the numbers had changed of the trailers. I paid attention to it. And I remember calling the dispatcher. I said, dang, these numbers are switched around. This ain't the trailer number you had on here. He said, we can't fit. I remember this distinctly. They always used to say this shit. We physically can't go back in and change the email that's already sent. You will physically lie. Because I'm telling you, somebody did. You a lie. If they steal money electronic, you can change the goddamn email. Oh, you been making a lot of changes around here. And it ain't been to my damn benefit. You stealing from me. And you need to go to jail. They need to find out who the fuck did this shit. This either an internal operation at this goddamn company, or it's external, or there's some side shit one of your workers got going on here. Or there's some goddamn clever ass hacker that likes to hack into apps dealing with me making money. And you stealing from me through that. But I don't think that's it. Because other people have noticed this shit. I don't think there's no hacker. Why'd you steal the money from me? Why'd you take my, why'd you steal it? How much did you stole? Why'd you do it? Why did you fuck up my life since I've been at this goddamn company? Why? Why am I broke? Why am I suffering? Why am I struggling? Why I can't help myself? Why I can't go buy clothes? Why I can't go to the grocery store? Why I can't do shit? And you fucking stealing from me. And I'm out here still working for you. Why? Find out who doing this shit.